Battery's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I got everything in working order condition. Let me check. Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right. Uh, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So for you all gonna get the same video. It's gonna be like regular time, but for us, we actually getting a late start, and that's just because I wanted to sit down with my sister here and make sure in reviewing that she understands the root of the law, right? And there was only two main points. So y'all not gonna get the depth. You're not gonna get the deep parts, but we're gonna get to the main points. Making sure that you get your LLC, right? Which is your law, your land, and your customs. This is the LLC you actually need. Mm-hmm. Without this, your law, your land, and your customs, you'll never be a people and you'll never be high value. You'll never have any value as a nation because money is worthless because money comes from the land. Gold, silver, the food, the paper, the ink, all of that comes from the land. No land, no money. Right? The only way to multiply money is usury. So now you're becoming stuck in a usury cycle, and everybody is failing miserably because you have no land possession. So now we have to get back to a land possession. And the other main point, right, was making sure that you understood what the proper order is, who have the right of possession, right? So the man have the right of possession of his woman. The woman have the right of her possession and function in the marketplace and in the family. This is the basis. If you lose this, then everybody begins to ask the wrong question the wrong way. Okay? If the man is the possession of the woman, then the man cannot lead. Your possessions cannot lead you. Mm-hmm. You lead your possessions. Mm-hmm. Period. Now, somebody's going to get mad, and I want you to. But I want you to tell your possession to lead you and see what you get. Well, I'm a woman, I'm not property. All right. That's how you see it, right? But my wife belongs to me. We have a covenanted agreement. They belong to me. I am responsible and accountable for everything for her. If you don't like that type of leadership, okay, do it your way wherever you are. You turn off my turn me off and continue. Just stop whining about it because you know you have to accept what come with your decisions. Period. So when you're looking at the law and the right of possession, understand that money is just the middle corridor. It is just the point of exchange. Buying land, you don't lose money if you do it lawfully. The place where the law is practiced and evident. So you don't buy it and then continue in a forever payment called taxes or maintenance or anything else. You buy it, you own it, that's it. Mm-hmm. You keep it forever. Okay? Unless otherwise lawfully stipulated. Okay? That's why I said you have to know the law. You need a law, you need a land, you need a custom. It has to be in practice. Basic, right?
Very basic.
All right. So this basic understanding, you have to understand that the law is taking people who have no land, no law, and no customs for them to be a nation on a possession. And now this law changes that. It takes them from one country to making their own country in a new place. And it says that where that place is, right? And how they are to live on it within the confines of those borders. You understand?
I do.
Right. So now we have those two things stipulated and understood. All right? We'll be back after this and we're going to start reading now. All right, and we're back. Picking up in chapter 10 of Deuteronomy.
No, we're in 11.
11.
Yes, 11. We left off 11:1. If you want to go over that again.
Okay, so chapter 11. All right. Now, I want you guys to understand here in chapter 11, Deuteronomy only goes to 34. Okay? We got some long chapters, we got some shorter chapters, but that means in the course of another 23, 24 days, give or take, 25 maybe, we'll be done. Then we'll go and start judging some of the forefathers from the beginning. Now, I was asked, would I be cross-referencing material? And I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Should I cross-reference now or should I wait? And I'm going to wait. Okay? And you say, why are you going to wait? I'm going to wait because there's layers. Okay? And I can tell you what the layers pretty much are, right? So if I start from Adam to Noah, right? Then I have to cross-reference the book of Genesis and the book of Enoch to the law and then spell that out. That's a whole different depth of information, right? If I'm doing after Noah, then I have to go Genesis, Jasher,
Jubilee.
and Jubilees to cross-reference, right? And even in Jubilees, I'm still have to cross-reference Enoch too, but Enoch is such an encompassing
Yes, it is.
piece of material. You guys are not even going to be on Enoch until you're in like your upper levels of study and education and compiling the basics of the law.
Right.
Right? Enoch says, my teachings are for the last generation. Right? And so here you are, even though we're in the end of days, the end times, the end of captivity, you're not going to understand until you accept a lot more basic tenets, which you don't have yet. So now we have to build up. You're going to have to understand everybody else before we go back and start to verify.
Right. Have the foundation.
Yeah.
First.
You got to have the foundation and a couple of floors.
Yeah, before you go
You get
to
up
higher levels.
to Enoch level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I tell you that there's 3 laws between on earth that you don't understand, right? So there's the law of heaven, There's the law of earth and the law of the firmament, or the law of exchange, the law of the intermediary, how one serves the other. If you don't understand this, you don't understand nothing what Enoch is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What? There's a law of heaven?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's an entire law of heaven which you will not understand, and you don't understand at this time, because we are still starting on just getting the regular law
Lord.
for what we supposed to be doing on earth,
Right.
let alone the law of the earth.
Mm.
Right? So I can teach these things, but without having the basics, the elements, the basic elements, you cannot further build or elaborate upon them.
Yes.
All right? So chapter 11. Therefore shall you love Yah, your Allah. Okay? That sounds good. I love him. You love him. Everybody loves the Most High. And diligently observe his word. Oh. Diligently observe the memra, his statutes and his judgments always. This is the problem.
Yes.
When it says judgments always, that means you are constantly reminding yourself of how the law works and thinking not about the law,
No.
not upon the law, but you're thinking the laws
And everything.
and everything. Right? How a wife is to be with her husband. There's a judgment upon that. The judgment says that my wife is belongs to me, and I must care for her. I must give her these three things to keep my covenant constantly being renewed. There's a constant thing: food, adornings, and her conjugal rights. This is constant, right? It's not on her demand, it's as needed at minimum. You understand? There's a constant thing. So these judgments have to be there about everything. So if you don't have the cows, now you have to go back, get the land so you can put the cows on it.
Right.
And know you this day, for I speak not with your children who have not known or seen the instruction of the law of Yah your Allah, nor his greatness, nor his mighty hand, nor his uplifted arm, or his signs and works, which he wrought in Mitzrayim on Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim. So you have to understand, know you this day, for I speak not with your children. So now Moses is telling you, right? In the time when you're reading this, it's not me that has spoken to you in this time, and you didn't see any of the things that happened. No signs, no works that happened in Egypt or on Pharaoh.
So this here, because when you were reading it, this hit me. So he's talking to us today.
Yes. Yes.
Because this generation,
We didn't see it.
we didn't see none of this.
You didn't see it. You believe it, right? You've seen the world research it, that it's factually true that it happened, but you didn't see it.
But also, the congregation of this time were the children of those who died.
Right.
So for him saying this,
To them and to us. But
yeah,
it's the same
but
thing.
he's talking to us because some of those children, because they were 19.
Joshua and Caleb saw.
Right.
The daughters of Zelophehad saw. And some of the other youngsters that came out of Egypt.
Yeah, the 19
saw.
and younger.
So he's talking specifically to us.
Wow. Wow.
And on all the inhabitants of his land, And what he did also to the host of Mitzrayim, to their horses and chariots, when he made the waters of the Red Sea to overwhelm their faces, and they followed after you when Yah destroyed them unto this day's time. And what he hath done to you in the wilderness till the time you came to this place. And what he did to Dathan and the Abiram, the sons of Eliab, Bar Reubin, when the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up with the men of their house and all their substance in the midst of all Israel. For with your eyes you have seen the great work of Yah which he has wrought. Therefore shall you keep all the precepts which I command you this day, that you may be strengthened and go in the land and inherit the land to possess which you're going over to. So again, this instruction is for us to go into the land and to possess it. We're in the land now. We're here to possess it. Here's the instructions. So that your days may be multiplied upon the land which Yah swore to your fathers to give it to them and their children. So again, you must be on the land which the Most High swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's children, all of them, including Lot. So all of the kids of these men are on the land except one group. You understand? So you're supposed to be on the land with all of them, right? They're all Arab. We all Arab.
You know, this word multiply, and I guess too because of our discussion beforehand and about being fruitful reading. It's the same in which was given to Adam in the garden in Kawah to be fruitful and to multiply. But it's not just about children. This is about in everything that you do.
Right. You want to multiply your life.
Right.
You multiply your days.
Yes.
You want to multiply your fruit of the land. You want to multiply in people. This multiply is good.
Yes. Yes, it's in everything. So when he said to them, be fruitful and multiply, it was in everything that you do, pretty much be producers.
Right, you're going to produce and multiply everything. Now, when we go back to Genesis, we're going to, like I said, we're going to chase down the judgment after understanding this law. So you know it says to multiply, and it tells you to multiply in all of these areas. We're going to go back and judge now with the law once we finish these next 20 some odd days.
Wow.
And that your days may be multiplied upon the land, a land whose fruits are as rich as milk and sweet as honey. For the land which you are going in to possess it is not like the land of the west from whence you have come, in which you did sow your seed and water it thyself as a garden of herbs. But the land which you pass over to inherit is a land of mountains and valleys. It drinks water from the rain that cometh down from the heavens. It is a land which Yah, your Allah, inquires after by his word. It is a land which the Most High always is asking about and talking about in His Word, that He may bless it evermore. The eyes of Yah look upon it. The eyes of the Most High, your Allah, look upon it from the beginning of the year to the year's end. So he's always looking at this land with its mountains, its valleys, its deserts, its fields, and he's always inquiring. So you have to perform the law here before the place, in the place where his eyes are, because this is the place where the performance counts. You cannot perform the law in any other country and the Most High accept it. It is unlawful for, I'm not talking to everybody, I'm talking to my people. It is unacceptable for my people to try and perform the law in another place and expect the Most High to accept it. You must come and perform it here. So how are we going to perform it there, Ak? You must come and give money, and we must buy land, cities, towns, and build them. Right? If you buy a city, you don't have to build a city. If you buy raw land, you're going to have to develop it. Or maybe you buy both and put your cattle upon one because it's raw, and you put your herds upon it, and then you put yourselves in the cities. Right? So you need both. You need a metropolitan for business and for economics to multiply, right, and prosper. But you also need the farmland so that you can grow your food and your livestock and have your produce that you may prosper.
And you know, this reading verse 10, where he says, "For the land to which thou goest in to possess it is not like the land of Mizraim, from whence you have come, in which thou didst sow thy seed and water it thyself as a garden of herbs." And you know, I hear a lot of times with our people as far as the West, our people in the West, you know, we built this, you know, we built this country, we built this land. And it's like, this here is, yeah, y'all saying, yes, I know you've done these things, but that's not the land I gave you. I have this land over here for you, where my eyes are upon is over here. I know you did all of this over here, but this is not the land, place, and the land, the location that I have for you.
So now you see what I said, the LLC.
Yes,
There
sir.
is a law, a location, and you must be keeping the customs. LLC, law, location, customs. Law, location, customs. See? Very simple.
Very simple. Yes, LLC.
Your law, you need a law. It has to tell you the location to keep the customs. So you out here getting your LLCs and making these businesses with limited liability, and that's not what the Most High said to get. It's the wrong LLC.
Wow.
And it shall be that if you obey my commandments, my decrees, my law, which I command you today, to love Yah, your Allah, and serve Him with all your heart and with all your soul. So now here's the thing. Let's listen carefully. So we're talking about love. For the Most High, love is obedience and loyalty. Look,
Yes.
I'm commanding you. This is a requirement of obedience. And service is loyalty. Serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. So the place where he put you is the place of your service. Serve in it. The instruction put you in a place. The law put you in a place.
Robert Shake, if you could, the word diligently, was that in
13.
Yeah, 13. Can we see what that, because it's repeated so much,
All
that
right.
diligently.
So we're going to take the definition of diligently. Diligently is an adverb.
In a way that shows care and consciousness in one's work or duties. Wow. Carefulness. Wow. So when he's telling us to be diligently obey and diligently to do, it's us showing our care and consciousness in our work of obedience.
Right. It's showing great care.
Wow.
And alertness of mind. I know I'm doing this and I'm doing this.
Wow. Great care.
Okay. Now, when you do this, right, this comes with a promise. In verse 14, when you come and you buy the land and you possess it and you diligently obey the instructions, then will I give you the reins of your land in its time. So that it's a desert.
Yes.
But why is it a desert? Because you
Aren't here.
aren't here doing what I said to do. The early rains in Marchesvin. March. Okay? Marchesvin is the second month after Tishri. So it's Tishri and then Marchesvin. Okay? Tomorrow will be the first day of Tishri. Tomorrow. I don't care what nobody in the world tell you. I'm telling you what the truth is. Tomorrow will be the first day of Tishri. We will have finished the reading of the law and closed out the benediction in Deuteronomy before Tishri will have passed. Okay? And then we will start going into judgments and judging from the beginning, going into what will be Marchesvin. Okay? Lawfully. Okay? So this not March, this going into Marchesvin is another 28 days away. Plus new moon feast, of course, but the new moon for this month is already passed. We have another new moon in 28 days. This is the first of Tishri. We're going into from Tishri, then to Marchesvin. And the latter in Nisan, 7 months from now. See? Tishri, atonement. Nisan, Passover. That you may gather your corn, your wine, and your oil. So corn, wine, and oil is gathered in Nisan, in the fall. Look, Nisan, that you may gather your corn, your wine, and your oil. So who's gathering corn, wine, and oil in 2 months. Who's gathering it? It's not even right. The only people who can gather corn at this time are people who are trying to trick the plants into thinking that it's in a different season and or doing some genetic modification. Corn naturally comes ripe at the same time every year in the fall. It's naturally sown at the same time every year in Marchesvin, which is right after Tishri, because Tishri you have a lot of festivals. Tomorrow begins the first day of the Festival of Trumpets.
Now it's great that I see this, because I had learned previously in studies that the Abib, the word Abib, meant the season of corn in Mitzrayim. That's what Abib stand for, and that was in the fall. So it's like, okay,
we use the word Abib or Abiba is spring, to leap.
Wow.
Forward, to leap. Right? And that leaping is what sheep do when you let them out of captivity and they leap, especially going into a grassy field. They jump for joy and leap on it. So that Abiba is to leap, to jump.
Wow.
But if in Mitzrayim they call the Abib corn, that's fine too.
Yeah, the season of corn.
That's fine too. I mean, I'm not here to argue definitions. I'm just...
But, yeah.
Okay? I will give herbage also
in the field,
in thy field, for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and have enough.
Wow.
You see that?
Wow.
Herbage, that you may eat and have enough. We'll be right back. So he gives herbage to the cattle from what? From the rain. The moment it rained, the whole place turned green. Right? Now the cows have something to eat, and this not even from your own portion yet. There will be times in the future where you'll have to grow your own barley and wheat to help feed the cows. That is what you also have to do. But the Most High says, I will also cause the rain, and there'll be other stuff that the cows eat, the goats eat, and the sheep eat, and this is for them. You see?
Wow.
So that you mayest eat and have enough. So now Most High is talking about not only will you have something, but you'll have sufficiency, self-sufficiency, not individual, national self-sufficiency. Next verse, 16, chapter 11, verse 16. Take heed to yourselves. See that?
Yes.
I'm always making people hold up a mirror
To yourself.
to analyze yourself. What is your thought processes? Is that a lawful thought process? Right? Because the judgments is lawful thought processes. And right now, you don't have lawful thought processes. The lawful thought process says, give money, get my stuff, get my passports, get my visas, and give and go into the land and buy and build with you. How many farms do I intend on buying? I was talking to my sister about this. Listen,
We get.
I'm buying them all.
Yeah.
I'm buying this one, the one next to it, the one up the street. I'm buying all the land around it. I'm buying them all. Why? This is a nation. I can build a nation in one day. What you need? Just give me the money. I just buy up all the farms. Buy them all the farms, make towns, everything. Buy. So that when you come into a place and it's already prepared so that you have a place to live, you have a place to work. You come in, you join in a part of an already functioning economy. But you don't want to buy that. You like, well, I'll buy my own business. All right, do it your way. There's the reason why you consistently fail to build a nation is because of you having the judgment to do it your way. See, you don't have lawful judgment every time. So it says, take heed to yourself. You need to consider your ways and how you thinking and what you're doing, because you're not doing it this way. And you let somebody else tell you that another way that's not this way is right, and you believe him because you think it makes sense. Take heed to yourself, lest you be led away by the imagination of your heart. Stop listening to your heart. Stop following it.
That's what I didn't had to, because it's just leading me to failure and destruction.
Oh, he just touches my heart. I just love him. No, love doesn't go there. You're with a man or a woman by decision, not by emotion. All my emotion goes to the Most High, period. I love him, I love his laws, and I diligently seek those things to do those things because I want the outcome. If a woman choose me, fine, let's go, we married. I'm going to give you everything the Lord says give you. You're going to give me everything the Lord says give me and assist me in everything the Lord says to assist me in. That is all. Period. Is that a magical thing? No. No heart involved. My heart is involved with the law and to the Most High to fulfill it, to do it. I don't love money. That's why I said, take all the money. Give me all the money. I'll go buy the land tomorrow. We have a nation tomorrow. We'll have towns and cities in great abundance for you to come. But no, you don't want to give like that. Okay, do it your way. Y'all think it's a game. These plagues that's coming out this time is for you. They're not even coming to destroy the West, just to destroy the West. The Most High going to destroy the West and you, the wicked generation in it. So with Moses, the wicked generation came out with Moses.
Wow.
No. I'm not Moses. I want the Most High to destroy you and Pharaoh together and take the righteous out. I'll take the remnant after the destruction. And you see it coming. You see it. Because I said it for years. This war is coming. It's going to be on this alignment. You will see it. No. It's not like that. Now it is. Die with them. Because you still won't do what the Most High says do, to give the money to buy the land for yourself. That you buying it for me. No,
it's for yourself.
For yourself. Because you yourself cannot survive without community. And you have to reforge and reform the community. You need LLC, customs. And one of the customs is the community and its organization. Law, land, customs. Take your money, why don't you buy this LLC? So lest you turn away by the imagination of your heart and turn aside to serve the idols of the Gentiles and worship them. sis,
Yes.
sis. What is an idol?
Imagine the a graven image idea, an idea. It could be a government system, and then it also can be wood, stone, and all that other stuff. But the greatest idol we serve is, can I say, the imaginations of our heart.
Right.
That's the greatest idol we serve.
It's your imagination. The things that you make to be great, you want them to serve you and to save you. None of your celebrities can save you. None of them will. None of the shows, none of these pastors, none of these teachers. The only thing that will save my people, this nation, is this instruction which you refuse to follow. But moving on to verse 17, and Yah's anger be provoked against you, and he shut up the clouds of heaven, and let not the rain come down, and the earth yield no provender, no produce, and you perish soon off the glorious land which Yah giveth you. So the biggest and the worst curse ever is to be removed from your land. Now I'm telling you to reverse it. You have to buy back your land, get back on it to keep your law.
Oh goodness.
But lay these words upon your heart and upon your soul, and bind them written upon your tefillins, your wristbands, your armbands, your headbands, as a sign upon the upper part of the wrist, on your left hand, your left arm, and let them be for tefillin for thy forehead between your eyes. Headband. And thou shalt teach them to thy children to study them when you are sitting in your house with your kindred, and when you are walking in the way, and in the evening when you lie down, and in the morning when you arise, and you shall write them upon parchment upon the post, and affix them to three things: your chest, your pillars of your house, and your gates. So it has to be on your stuff, but you don't have nothing because you renting.
And two, they don't even know what it's supposed to say. I see people having these headbands made with the names of Yah on it and all stuff. That's not the instructions.
You know what? I understand that, but we didn't read that yet. So we got to go back and judge that, because that's back in Exodus 12.
Oh, okay.
And we started at 19. So you don't know that yet.
Oof.
So now, like I said, we're going to go back and judge, because it says tefillin a bunch of times,
Yes,
but you
it
don't know where
does.
tefillin come from.
Right.
So I got to go back and judge it. I got to go get the instruction to bring it forward to you so that you may have understanding.
Wow.
So right now, you can keep your messed up headbands. I don't care.
Okay, so
But you're still supposed to be in the land, on the house, in the land, on the farm, in the land. And you have not done that. So doing the tefillin part is wrong, because the Most High still can't see you doing it because you're not in the land. So that's the context. See? The context is to be in the land where the Most High is looking.
right. So here when it says affix them to three things against thy chest. So is it the chest on your body or the chest?
where you put your food and your stuff.
Okay, your cupboards.
Your
Like
cupboards,
what we
yeah.
read before. Okay.
Yeah.
And against the pillars of thy house.
So your house have to have pillars.
Okay. And against thy gate.
The front of your house has a gate. It has an entry point. It's supposed to
Right.
be on the gate. It's not on your gate. You don't have house. You don't have gate. You don't have pillars. You wrong.
Mm.
Oh, I got a house. My house got a gate. It's in Brooklyn. Now it's in the wrong. You're in the wrong country entirely. You're wrong. Oh, it's in Queens. You wrong.
But I notice here they have pillars and stuff.
We have everything here, and it's in the location where the Most High says He is looking. He says, "I will look. My eyes is upon the land I told you to be in." So if you're doing it in a different country, then here you are wrong.
LLC.
It has to tell you the location. So it's telling you the location. The dwelling places of Ammon. We read that in Deuteronomy chapter 1. Now the Most High is repeating what he said in Deuteronomy chapter 6 and in chapter 1. It's the same thing. Come be in this place. I am looking to see if you are here and doing what I said. Take a possession here and put this, the writing I'm telling you to put on the wall of your house, on the cupboards of your kitchen, and on your front gates. What? It's now put as a signpost. This is the land of Bani Israel.
So you putting it on yourself and what you possess.
So it's on yourself. It's on it's on the place where you live. It's on the entrance
Of where you live.
of where you live, right?
Mm.
And it's on the place that stores your food. And what does it do? That your days and the days of your children may be multiplied upon the land which Yah swore to you, your fathers, to give to you, as the number of the days that the heavens abide over the earth. So if you put it on these three places, all of these things that these things contain, that they are upon, will be multiplied unto you. So you can live on it for as long as the heavens are above the earth. That's forever.
You know, based off of our conversation and what we're reading here, for the man, he is to have land. It's not about the money. It's a surety.
The land.
It's the land that makes him wealthy as a man.
So now let's take a look at this. So if you're talking about power, right? You're talking about power. Men, kings, we buy and sell with resources. So we conduct trade. This for this. Men, kings, we do not function in marketplaces. Women, as a king, women function in marketplaces. You say, what? Go read Proverbs 31 again. It says the women buy and sell in the marketplace. They make the secondary products that the land produces. The men possess the land and they produce from it. This increases the woman's profitability in the marketplace. So if you don't get the land and you don't come in and set up your marketplaces, you are violating your law. And that's why you can't function and prosper as a people because you refuse, and that is your idol. That's why you deserve to die. That's exactly why. Verse 22.
Oh, yes.
For if you diligently keep every commandment that I command you to do it, every, that's all, that I command you to do it, to love Yah, your Allah. So you have to keep every commandment that I command you to do it. This is the love of Yah, your Allah. And walk in all the ways that are right before him, all the customs and all the traditions, and cleave to his fear, to hold on to this and not let it go, to do it as if your very life depended on it. Then, at that time, will the word of Yah drive out all of these nations from before you, and you shall possess the heritage of nations greater and stronger than yourselves. So there's a reward for the loyalty, for the obedience. There is a reward for undying loyalty, obedience, and for diligence. In this, there is no reward nowhere else. And I'm only talking to my people. I'm not talking to not my people. I'm not talking to Shay White, okay? I'm not talking to the Blasian Asian. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my people. I'm not talking to Africans or Pan-Africans. I'm not talking to Kemet. I'm talking to my people.
Rabbi, could we see the meaning of that word heritage of nations?
Okay, so the word heritage, let's get the definition.
The property. Wow. That is or may be inherited, an inheritance. Wow.
Look at this. The valued objects, such as historic buildings and cultural traditions.
Wow.
There's land.
Wow.
Land, buildings, things that hold cultural and historical value. LLC.
Boy, that total new insight and eyesight right there. To possess it.
Every place where the sole of your foot shall tread will be yours, from the wilderness and the mountains, among your mountains, shall be the house of the sanctuary.
Oh.
See? So understand this. Not only does your foot have to tread upon it, you're gonna have to give them greenbacks, them dollars. You better give them dollars. Otherwise, you didn't possess it, right? You walked upon it and then you turned away from it. From the wilderness and the mountain, among your mountains shall be the house of the sanctuary. Your mountains. That's where we are now. We're on our mountains. Now, we still have to take the possession up here, right? And move in and organize and slowly grow and develop out. Because you can buy somebody off their land. You can buy somebody's buildings. We can buy them out corporately. I mean, like you want to buy the whole neighborhood and you move into the whole thing. You don't want to try to do this one off and one at a time. You'll never succeed.
Mm-hmm. And it makes it very clear that the house of the sanctuary is in the mountains. Very clear.
Right? And from the great river, the river Furat, unto the ocean, whose waters are old as the creation, on the western side shall be your limit.
Man.
So the Euphrates lets out into the Persian Gulf, unto the ocean on the Persian side shall be your limit. Persian Gulf, Mediterranean, Red Sea.
That's a lot of land. A lot of possession.
Not a man will be able to stand before you. Now, this is not some mystical transformation.
No.
Because you read the book. This is not a mutation.
No.
Like you're going to become an X-Man or a Marvel superhero. You're not going to become Kang the Conqueror. You're going to have to come in and actually follow the instructions that I'm telling you. Give money, the whole lot of you, the whole of the remnant, give money to buy back the land, to move upon it. Then not a man will stand before you, but Yah will set the fear and the dread of you upon the faces of all the inhabitants of the land that you tread upon, as it has been told you. So once you set the borders and you buy the areas, you buy the towns and the regions, and you're putting your labels on your stuff and keeping the customs and traditions. Once you've done this, once you get into this action, the people will see these people are organized. They are very strong. These are the people of the book. We know them. Look, they have their armbands and their headbands signifying who they are. They live upon the land among us. They are wearing the Muslim customs and traditions, but they are walking in the word of their prophet, Musa. And now they are becoming a great swarm upon the land. What can we do? If we do anything, their God will turn against us. We'll be back after this. Oh.
Well, Sheikh, just something that just came to me that if it's okay for me to say, not you cut it out, trim it out or whatever. But to my sisters, Redeemers, Virgins, whichever one, based off of what we have been reading, us Redeemers, we choose the husband. One of the things that we have to get out of our minds, because we have been conditioned to believe that we choose a man that has money. That's wrong. That's not it. The man that we choose is to have land, but not just any land. Land here, back here, possessing the land here. So I highly recommend you do what you want to do. But I highly recommend, because I know a lot of you are looking for husbands, to please wait. come here. Come back here to the land. Let us learn the right way of doing things so that we'll know how to choose it. Because, see, we have to choose together. It's 7 of us to 1 man. So, together. So, I'm just asking you, as your sister, to please don't rush to choose a husband now. Let's come home. Come home here. Let's build from here. Let's choose from here. Because as you can see, based off of what we're reading here in the law, that husband that we choose is a possessor of land. I just had to get that out, if that's okay, sir.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 6. Musa the prophet said, Musa Rasulullah, behold, I have this day set in order before you a blessing and its contrary. So this is what Musa is telling you. This Moses from 2,500 years ago, okay? This is what Moses is telling you. I am setting today in order before you a blessing and its contraries. The blessing, if you will be obedient to the commandment of Yah, your Allah, which I command you today. So notice it's transferring. I'm showing you now because I'm the teacher. I'm showing you now from the text, the transfer. It starts off, Moses said, I command you that I have set this order in for you, but that the order which I am commanding you from Moses, that you will receive the blessing. And it's contrary if you will not obey the commandment of Yah, your Allah, but will go astray from the path which I have taught you today. Nobody else is teaching this.
No, they're not.
Which I have taught you today in turning aside after the idols of the nations whom you have not known. And it shall be when Yah, your Allah, will have brought you into the land which you are going to possess it. You shall place 6 tribes upon the mountain of Gizrim and 6 tribes on the mountain of Ebal. They who recite the blessings shall turn their faces towards Mount Gizrim, and they who recite the curses shall turn their faces towards Mount Ebal. Are they not situated beyond Jordan by the way of the sunset in the land of Canaan, who dwell in the plain over against Gejila, by the side of the place of the vision of Mamre? So he's telling you where the mountain is.
Yes.
Right? Now we're going to take this land possession and we're going to cross over. And when we get there, there will be 12 tribes present. And they will go up the Mount of Gizrim. And we will have 6 tribes facing one way and 6 tribes facing the other. Don't worry, I promise you, I promise you we're going to do it.
Yes.
Verse 31. For you you are to pass over Jordan to enter and possess the land which Yah, your Allah, giveth you, and you will hold and will dwell therein. Did you see that word?
Yeah.
Hold?
Yes.
So that means, yes, we're going to give money and we're going to buy it and we're holding it. Holding it? No, yes. Holding it. It doesn't matter how much money you send and how much land we buy, it's just on hold. Why? We're buying it and holding it. We need all of it so that you can get your land portion. So you're going to hold it and live in it. So this is why we're buying it. Once we buy it, no matter what we buy and how much we buy and how much we possess, we're just holding it. So we're all living here, and it's not costing us to live because we're working to produce and buy more until we have the fullness and then receive the divisions.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter how much you give. You can give $1 million today. You will receive more than $1 million in value when you receive your land portion.
Right. Because what we all must understand is that nothing's divided until all of it
is
gathered. Yes.
So you worried about, well, if I put $1 million, I want to make sure I got the bets. Stupid. Naval. We're buying back the nation, and your little $1 million, you worried about one building, and I'm putting a city under your command. You own a city, a mountain, and you're talking about a building. The land spans from the Persian Gulf all the way over to the Mediterranean Red Sea. The Persian Gulf is to the east. That's where the Tigris and the Euphrates start. And the oceans on the west is the Mediterranean. All the land, ocean to ocean, the whole square. And you want to talk about a building.
Because you know why? Unfortunately, they're thinking that the wealth is in the money.
It's not money.
And it's not money.
It's not money. It's land. So you have to get your mind right. You have to be able to get the land, and you have to put together the kingdom and its full constitution.
Yes.
That's why it says you're going to possess it and you will hold
it.
Everybody who's holding it, the community is holding it. We're going to hold it. It doesn't get divided out until the appointed time and in the appointed way. But we have to turn this money back into a land resource to have a nation. Because the land will continue to produce wealth to restore to you what you invested in it. Look well. Take a good look. Therefore, that you perform all the statutes and judgments that I've set before you this day, today. One step at a time, one day at a time.
Yes.
I ain't got nothing else to say.
No,
Moses said it.
Yes, he did. One.